Okay, guys, welcome. Today we are going to discuss Section 14 of Transfer of Property Act. Section 14 of Transfer of Property Act provides for rule against perpetuity. Uh, as you are aware that the normal meaning or the meaning of perpetuity is indefinite period. So this rule basically provides that there must not be transfer of property which is there in the hands of a particular person for indefinite period. So this rule against perpetuity, which is also known as rule against remoteness, prohibits the transfer of interest beyond a certain period, which is not unreasonable, right? So technically, it prescribes a maximum period within which a future interest can be transferred, and if that maximum period is actually uh, uh, the limitation of such maximum period is violated, or when we go beyond that particular maximum period, then the transfer would become void. Now the question arises, what is the object of such transfer? The object of this rule against perpetuity is to ensure free and active circulation of property, both for the purposes of trade and commerce as well as for the betterment of the property itself, right? Because law always believes that a free circulation of property is necessary for the benefit of trade and commerce as well as for the property itself. So when you so the question arises, what is the maximum remoteness of vesting? What is this time period or limit or this period beyond which we cannot go, or beyond which, and if we go to beyond which, the transfer would become void? So if we read this particular the provision itself, first go through the provision, will come to understand what is the maximum remoteness of vesting. When we read, it says no transfer of property can operate to create an interest which is to take effect after the lifetime of one or more living at the date of such transfer. So we are talking about lifetime of more or living persons, which is the life interests, plus, because we are here it is and, plus the minority of the some person who shall be in existence at the expiration of that period. So minority of that person. So when we are saying minority of that person, it means we are technically talking about the unborn. Minority of that person would be, in India, the minority age is 18 years. Therefore, minority of some person here it is considered as 18 years only, uh, who shall be in existence at the expiration of that period, and to whom, if he attains full age, the interest created is to belong. So when we are saying minority age is 18 years, when such person will come into existence or the unborn will get the birth, but if he attains the full age here means 18 years, the interest created is to belong. It simply means when he attains the age of minority, meaning when he attains 18 years or becomes 18 years old, then the property will belong to him. So this maximum remoteness period, as we have discussed, what is allowed under section 14 is lives of the prior interest. So if A wants to transfer his property to C who is unborn, he creates a life interest in the name of B. So we are talking about the life of B here, plus the age of minority. So when C will get the birth, from that day to 18 years, right? That will be maximum permissible period. Always remember, the moment you cross this 18-year threshold, the transfer would become void. So let's understand this by an example. A transfers a property to C with a condition that C will get the property. C is here unborn now. C will get the property at the age of 21 years. Right? So for that purpose, he creates life interest. Now, according to rule against perpetuity, the life of life interest plus 18 years should not be crossed. If it crosses 18 years, as in this case, it is 21 years, this transfer would become void transfer to C. B will enjoy the property, and after B's death, the property will revert to A. C will not get anything. Therefore, rule against perpetuity says when there is a limit when you can transfer the property to your family or anyone, but if you crosses that limitation period or remoteness period, then in that sense the transfer would become void. In this respect, understand another section, which is section 20. Section 20 of TPA basically provides, in case there is no age limit is mentioned, as we have said that in this case age limit was mentioned, for example 18 years. So A wants to transfer the property to C unborn, that he will get the vested interest in the property at the age of 18 years. That is fine. It is not barred by rule against perpetuity, right? So section 20 says when no age limit is mentioned in the transfer from A to C, no age limit is mentioned. A, for example, A only says the property will go to C who is unborn whenever he get the birth. If we read section 20, it says when no such time or age is mentioned, whenever the unborn will get the birth, the vested interest will become his interest. It means the unborn will get, or the child who gets the birth obtains the vested interest in the property the moment he gets the birth, right? Since there is no age limit prescribed in the transfer, he doesn't have to wait for anything. The moment he gets the birth, the property becomes his, and he becomes the owner of the property. Now, now we'll come to contingent interest, right? Now the question arises, let's say there is a age prescribed that A wants to transfer the property to C, saying the property will get transferred to C at the age of 15 years. Or the C will get the vested interest in the property at the age of 15 years. यहाँ पे don't be confused. We have said this is the maximum period, right? Age of minority is the maximum period plus life of interest. So anything which is below 18 years is completely fine. We just don't have to cross this 18-year threshold. We don't have to go to 19 years, otherwise it becomes void. So A can mention an age which is below 18 years. So in this case, he's saying C, whenever he gets the birth, will get the vested interest in the property at the age of 15 years, which is completely fine. Now the question arises, from the birth of C till 15 years. From the birth of C, for example, at the birth he is 1 year or 0 years, till 15 years, what is the interest of C in the property? Because we are saying that C will get the vested interest in the property or the ownership in the property at the age of 15 years. So technically, from 0 to 15 years, C does not have any vested interest in the property. So what interest that would be? That interest will be called a contingent interest. Why it is called contingent interest? Because it is possible, it is dependent upon an uncertain fact, that is when C reaches 15 years. It is possible that C may die at the age of 12 years itself. He will never reach 15 years. That's why it is contingent. Contingent on what? Contingent on C becoming 15 years old, right? That's why it is called an contingent interest. So now the next part, when we are discussing this, next part is exceptions. What are the exceptions of rule against perpetuity? So the first exception against rule against perpetuity is in section 14 is the transfer for the benefit of public. So when you read section 18 of Transfer of Property Act says if you're making any transfer for the benefit of public, rule against perpetuity is not applicable to those type of transfers, right? So you can pass it on for the number of generations for the benefit of public. B, rule against perpetuity is not applicable on personal agreements or contracts. Why it is not applicable on personal agreements or contracts? Because rule against perpetuity is applicable only in the cases of property, right? And personal agreements do not create any interest in the property, therefore they are exempted from rule against perpetuity. Now the last part, the difference between Indian and English law. uh, the maximum remoteness period, the difference is related to maximum permissible remoteness period. In the cases of uh, in case of India, the maximum permissible remoteness period is lives of prior interest plus age of minority, which is 18 years in India. However, in English law, this becomes 21 years. This is the only difference. In cases of English law, this becomes lives of prior interest plus 21 years. In cases of Indian law, or in case of Indian law, it becomes 18 years. This is the only difference. So basically, this is the overall brief or overview of rule against perpetuity under section 14 of Transfer of Property Act. If you have any question relating to any part where you could not get anything, uh, please email me anytime whenever you have any question. Thank you.